YouTube, what's going on, and welcome to my recap of the Euro 2016 qualifying group stages. And this will be a video where I recap the Euro 2016 qualifications, and I'm going to be starting off going through group by group, giving you the stats, and then also at the end giving you 5 teams that were basically the major stories of the Euro 2016 qualifying group stages, which are going to be held in France in 2016. So let's get started with Group A, and that consists of the Czech Republic, Iceland, Turkey, Netherlands, Kazakhstan, and Latvia. And the Czech Republic and Iceland get the top 2 spots, with Turkey in 3rd, the Netherlands being very disappointing, coming in 4th, with Kazakhstan in 5th and Latvia in 6th. The Czech got 22 points, Iceland 20, and then Turkey 18, and Netherlands 13, and that will be all for Group A. We're now going into Group B, and that was Belgium winning the group with 23 points, along with Wales also going through to the knockout stages, with Bosnia and Herzegovina advancing to the playoffs, with Israel, Cyprus, and Andorra all going out. So pretty basic teams going through with the group, with Belgium, Wales, and Bosnia as definitely the favorites. In Group C, we have Spain and Slovakia going through to the final tournament. Ukraine does make the playoffs for a chance to go through, and Belarus, Luxembourg, and Macedonia do unfortunately get knocked out. Spain were definitely the clear favorites in this group. A pretty weak group, in all honesty, for my standards for the Euro 2016 groups. Definitely were some better groups, and in my opinion, this was one of them. Germany won it with 22 points, only 22 points, surprisingly, losing twice. Poland has 21 points, with the best player in the tournament so far, Robert Lewandowski, scoring 13 goals. And Republic of Ireland does get the 1 playoff spot, so good for them. And Scotland, Georgia, and Gibraltar are all eliminated. So unfortunately for Scotland, they couldn't go through, but Germany and Poland were definitely worthy of going through, and Republic of Ireland going to the playoffs, they still have a pretty decent shot of making it through to the final tournament. The next group is going to be the group that England won, getting all 30 points from the 10 group stage games. Switzerland also goes through to the final tournament, with Slovenia advancing to the playoffs. Estonia, Lithuania, and also San Marino were unfortunately knocked out. The next group was the group that Northern Ireland surprisingly won. They won with also Romania going through to the final tournament. Hungary advanced to the playoffs, with Finland, Faroe Islands, and Greece coming in last in a pretty weak group overall. I believe Greece were the Pot A team, so very disappointing for the Greeks to finish with only 6 points from 10 games in a pretty weak group. And then the second to last group is going to be the group that Austria and Russia both went through. Austria getting 28 points. Very impressive for them, only tying to Sweden. Russia does also go through, and Sweden does advance to the playoffs, with Montenegro, Liechtenstein, and Moldova going out of the tournament at the group stages. And then finally is going to be Italy, Croatia, Norway, Bulgaria, Azerbaijan, and Malta. Italy and Croatia do go through, pretty much the 2 favorites, and then Norway does advance to the playoffs with 19 points. And now this is actually the final group, the only group with 5 teams, as there's not enough to form a 6-team. Portugal and Albania does go through to the final tournament, with Denmark advancing to the playoffs, with Serbia and Armenia struggling, getting knocked out. And now I'm going to be talking about the 3rd place rule, and because of the only 5 teams in the one group, the highest ranked 3rd place team from the groups directly qualifies for the tournament, while the remainder of the teams enter the playoffs. As Group I consists of only 5 teams, as I mentioned before, matches against any 6th place team in the group are not included in the ranking. So as a result, only 8 matches have been played for each team when regarding the 3rd place table, and in those 8 matches, Turkey got the most points, getting 16 points, so they will automatically go through to the final tournament, with Hungary, Ukraine, Norway, Denmark, Sweden, Republic of Ireland, Bosnia and Herzegovina, and Slovenia all battling it out for the 4 remaining spots in the finals. And the next thing I'm going to be talking about are the leading scorers of the tournament so far. Robert Lewandowski, the Polish superstar striker, has 13 goals so far in qualifying. Thomas Muller has 9. Artem Dzyuba for Russia has 8. Zlatan has 8. Mark Janko, one of the stars and surprises of the tournament so far for Austria, has 7. Wayne Rooney has 7. Stephen Fletcher has 7. Edin Dzeko has 7. Kyle Lafferty for Northern Ireland, and Gareth Bale for Wales also have 7, so 4 out of the 6 players with 7 goals are from the Great Britain. So that will be a wrap-up of me just going over the groups, and now I'm going to be talking about the major stories in the group, and Netherlands was the first major story and the only disappointment of the 5 major stories in this video, and Netherlands came in 4th in a pretty weak Group A, not pretty weak, a pretty average group, with Czech Republic coming in 1st, Iceland in 2nd, and Turkey coming in 3rd, also getting that crucial free pass to the knockout stage, to the final tournament, because they were the top 3rd place team. And the Netherlands were very disappointing, even though they have stars like Robin van Persie. I'm not sure if Arjen Robben retired from the international game, but they still have plenty of talent. Guys like Memphis Depay, Quincy Promes, guys like Tim Krul and Michel Vorm at the goalkeeping and defense, Jetro Willems. This team has so much talent from top to bottom, and it was just very disappointing for their team to finish in 4th. They were definitely the disappointment of the tournament, in my opinion. Now, going from a disappointment, we talk about a team that was fantastic, and that was England. They were the only team out of all the teams in the Euro 2016 group stages qualification to get 30 points out of 30 in the 10 games that they played, getting all 3 points from Switzerland, Slovenia, Estonia, Lithuania, and San Marino twice. Switzerland were a decent side and the only side that I thought could maybe give them a run for their money, but still, getting 10 wins from 10 in any competition is very impressive, and I'm very impressed with what the English have done so far in this tournament. And going from one team from Great Britain, we go to another, and that is going to be Northern Ireland. They won their group with Romania, Hungary, Finland, Faroe Islands, and Greece as well. So a decent group. The Northern Ireland became the first ever 5th-seeded team to win their group in the history of European qualification. They have a very small population of an estimated 1.8 million people living in the country, so the pool of players was very small for them. And also, they've only featured at 2 ever major tournament championships, at the 1982 and 1986 World Cups, and they have never qualified for a European Championship, so qualification was a very major achievement for the country, and everyone is very proud of Northern Ireland for getting through. The 4th story I'm going to be talking about is Austria being very impressive in the group stages, only dropping 2 points in the 10 games, a draw to the Zlatan Ibrahimovic-led Sweden side, and they came in 1st along with Russia going through, Sweden going to the playoffs, Montenegro in 4th, Liechtenstein in 5th, and Moldova in 6th. So I definitely think Austria were very impressive. They only have guys like Mark Janko and David Alaba, not a whole lot of superstars on this team, but boy have they played well so far in the group stages, and they'll be going through to the final tournament. I don't know how much of a threat they are to really make it out of the group stages and go far in the real tournament in 2016 in France, but this team is on the rise, and with a star like David Alaba, they can definitely build around him, kind of like how Wales have done with Gareth Bale. I think that Austria are definitely on the rise and could be a force to be reckoned with in a couple of years. The final team that I'm going to be talking about, probably not a surprise to anybody, is going to be Albania. They do go through with Portugal in their group. Denmark goes to the playoffs. Serbia and Armenia do get knocked out. So where do I start with Albania? Well, first off, this is their first ever major tournament championship final, so they will be going through to the final of the tournament. So very good for them to go along with Portugal in their group. Everyone's just so proud of them in their country. It's just a massive achievement for their team, as many have rallied around them in Albania and Kosovo, who also have plenty of native Albanians in their country. So it's great for Albania and Kosovo and the people who cheer for Albania. It's just a massive achievement for them. I'm very proud of them, and also their country should be. I'm very proud of them for how they really just worked so hard to get through. Even with their rivals Serbia, they still were able to get through. So massive congrats to them for coming through into their first ever European Championship. So that will wrap it up for this episode of my football debate. If you enjoyed, make sure to leave a like and also subscribe for more football debate and also FIFA 16 content.